What's going on, guys? I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to another inter-equity trading video. Today we are hopping right back into the fan favorite series, Training the Eyes. This is going to be already episode number 11. Today we're going to be hopping into Forex pair, AUD USD, breaking down very clean price action, but there's going to be a lot of lessons in this one, so please pay attention. If you guys do enjoy this series, please leave a like, a comment down below, and turn those noties on. We're going to continue rolling these videos out for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy this one. All right, so we're on Aussie dollar on the hourly time frame right now. Let's zoom out actually a little bit so we can get an idea of what's going on the higher time frames. Right away, what can we see in kind of relevant / current PA here? I'll draw on this red box, drag it over. We can see that we've had a clear buildup at the highs. What do I mean by that? This red area, this level that we've marked on, we can clearly identify sellers have entered here and pushed price to the downside. Very important. As you guys can probably see some previous videos, that tells us there is reason, there is logic for us to move back to the upside. So we plotted this blue line here around the whole number of 0.67, and that's basically identifying that we have liquidity up at the highs. Hopping into the hourly time frame, what can we see? So we've kind of opened up the 4 hour here onto the hourly chart, and we can see that we've had this sell-off. Now, look what we've done to the left-hand side. We have ran a whole bunch of liquidity. What do I mean by that? We can all agree that if I even draw, you can draw a trend line here, or however you want to identify it. Look at this. The amount of buyers that were trying to enter the market in these levels here. Maybe that's in here or over here. And if I adjust this a bit, you can even argue these lows here respecting this area. So nonetheless, we are building a lot of liquidity at the lows here. In other words, buyers have stepped in here, 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 right? Look at all of these areas if I circle them for you. Now, when the market sells off to take out the buyers, remember, now that's our sign that we want to start looking for longs. If we also analyze price action on the opposite side, look at this. All I have to do is draw this little trend line on. We can all agree we are actually building liquidity to the upside as well, which is perfect. We want to see that because now we're not just buying because the lows are taken. We're buying because, yes, there's liquidity taken at the lows, but now we have reason for price to push back up to the highs, right? There's liquidity there for us, so we target it. Opening this price action up onto the 15-minute time frame, what can we see? Okay, now if we were all looking at this PA in live time, look, this was printed in Asia session around 12:45, 1 a.m. Price went long, approached back at the low, and we respected this low many times. Look at this. This is a 15-minute time frame. Down here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and look at this move that occurred at New York Open. Big bullish move to the upside, leaving liquidity at the lows, okay? Very, very important. And wow, would you look at that? What a coincidence. We have a liquidity block laying right below. Remember, what is a liquidity block for us? It's essentially a level that we're going to be placing our stop loss. In this example, we're going to be placing our stop loss below this low, okay? Essentially predicting, assuming that there is no liquidity below this low, so we don't have reason to push below this low. Look how price sells off down to the low, and look at this. So if you didn't identify this, and this is going to actually probably clear a lot of issues up for a select few of people watching this video right now. If you didn't mark on this low, and maybe you grabbed, I don't know, this low down here, you're going to start getting induced into this move if you didn't identify the liquidity properly. Look at the difference between marking this low when you still have lows to the left, and then if you mark on this low. Would you guys want to be a buyer below this one or this one? I hope everyone's answer is below this low, because you can all agree, if I even drag this red box on, it'll make even more sense for you guys. Look at that. You have buyers stepping in this area, and then you have this low down here where they are going to be placing their stop loss, just like this. So we want to be buying once all the liquidity is taken. These lows getting taken right here is not all the liquidity taken. Okay, so if I play price out, look how price even screws around to induce even more buyers. Check this out. We mark on this high, drag it over. That is a BOS for retail, right? So we can mark that on here. Where are they going to want to buy from? We have an area here and also an area down at the low. Okay, so every single time we take out another high, we are simply inducing more buyers. But we know that we need to wait for this low to get taken before we want to enter the market. We have this low marked out. We need to stay patient and wait for the market to hunt for it. Look how choppy it gets, and look at this. This is something else you guys need to be able to identify in live time. Liquidity building for us to buy into, right? And then finally, the low is taken. Boom. How do we enter? We don't need the imbalance. We don't need the exact bottom, none of that stuff. We want to enter as soon as the liquidity is taken, which is basically this low from the left-hand side here. Entry, stop loss, as you guys know, always below the low to the left, which is right here. Okay, so the stop loss covers this low. And now we can simply start looking for targets. And if you zoom out, I hope everyone sees what I'm seeing here. Remember this high we plotted on from the very beginning in this video, 0.67 flat. This move, again, from high to low, gives us reason for price to push back up to the upside. I hope you guys can all see what I'm seeing here and agree that we can target all the way back at the highs, just like that. Now, if you want to partial on the way up due to some comfortability, making sure you want to secure some money, that's completely fine. Do what you're comfortable doing. So whether that's maybe partials, I don't know, you can mark on internal points, maybe this high over here, or you want to mark on this external high right here. That's completely fine. Everyone is different. So if I'm comfortable to hold full volume to full target, maybe someone else isn't. So do what you're comfortable with, okay? Manage the trade according to your own comfortability. We are in Aussie here, and again, remember, stop loss always below this low. This doesn't change, okay? We're only ever gonna touch the stop loss once the trade just starts moving in the intended direction, and like a good bit as well, not just a couple pips. Now, if I play this out, boom. So now that we've moved up to the upside, look, partial point hit for some people. This is definitely like, you wanna be risk-free, okay? Because you gotta think about it like this. Do you want price all the way back down to your entry? And do you still wanna be in that trade? I hope the answer is no here. Cool, so we're in profit here. Full target is around a 1 to 11. These kind of trades don't come around too often, but when they do, you guys need to be taking advantage of these. And overall, we get that continuation all the way back up to the highs. So you have one partial hit if you wanted to close something there. You have another one hit here. And then finally, big coincidence, we have ran for the full target back up at the highs where sellers were entering from. Okay, and I can even plot it like this to show you guys. If they're entering positions up here, where's their stop loss going to be? Tucked right above the high. And would you look at that? Our buy hunted that liquidity perfectly. All right, guys, if you enjoyed today's Training the Eye episode, please leave a like and a comment down below. We have many more episodes on the way. Talk soon, guys.